Okay, Ritam,
Present, sir.
Prutush,
Yes, sir.
Soham, Shreya, Rajdeep,
Present,
Sushoma
sir.
Paul, Rajdeep present, Sushoma,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা শ্রেয়সী,
Present, sir.
শ্রেয়া, আচ্ছা অভিষেক,
Present, sir.
অন্বেষা,
Present, sir.
আচ্ছা মিস্টার রিতনু, আচ্ছা বর্ষা,
Present, sir.
মেহুলি, শিবানী,
Present,
সুকন্যা, সুকন্যা,
Present, sir. Sir, present.
হ্যাঁ শ্রেয়সী, শ্রেয়সী দাস, আচ্ছা সৃজিতা,
Present, sir.
সিঞ্জিনী, প্রিয়ঙ্কা,
Present, sir.
ঐশ্বরিয়া, সাগ্নিক, অরাত্রিক, ধ্রুব,
Yes, sir.
লক্ষদ্বীপ,
Present, sir.
সৃজনী, ঐশী,
Present, sir.
রাতুল,
Present, sir.
রূপশ্রী,
Present, sir.
রূপশ্রী তুমি গুলমারা জায়গা পাওনি, সায়নী, দিব্যতনু,
Yes, sir. স্যার আমি একদিন প্রেজেন্ট ছিলাম।
দিব্যতনু
ইয়েস স্যার।
প্রেজেন্ট করনি কেন?
স্যার করেছি স্যার।
আচ্ছা এখন কি প্রেজেন্ট না অ্যাবসেন্ট?
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
অর্ক, অলিপ্রিয়া, দিঘি, অমিত, তিয়াশা,
Present, sir.
শ্রেয়সী, শ্রেয়সী সাহা, স্বপ্নীল,
Present, sir.
প্রতিভু, অত্রি, দর্পক,
Yes, sir.
ইয়াশ, সোমদূতি,
Present, sir.
সম্ভব, attendance of less than 50%. Okay. So I'm going to
অ্যাকচুয়ালি এসএম ম্যামের ভাইভা আছে তাই বলে হয়তো একটু কম আছে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স।
Okay, so I'm going to discuss poverty and inequality in this module. We know that elimination of poverty and inequality is a major challenge before policymakers. One of the goals of India's development program and the 5-year plans has been to reduce poverty and inequality. So when we introduce a program, one of the yardsticks by which we measure different programs is also the impact on poverty and inequality. So a program which increases the growth rate, which provides more employment, is undoubtedly successful, but we also have to see whether it is inclusive or not. Inclusive in the sense that it reduces the number of poor and leads to a more equal distribution of income. Now, our focus is going to be, we are going to focus on three things. First, poverty, then inequality, And then we are going to turn to human development and multidimensional poverty. Now, when we're looking at poverty, apparently it's very easy. Theoretically, it's very easy to know what is poverty or measure it. But when we actually come to the brass tacks of it, how to measure it, then certain issues comes up. Okay, now poverty, the first thing is that who should be the focus of our concern? Generally, what we do is we take a society consisting of n number of people, and we consider a certain consumption norm or a poverty line, and we define a poor person as someone whose consumption standard is short of these norms. So who is not consuming the amount that we specify, or whose income is below the poverty line. So then the question is that fine, we have identified who are the poor and who are the non-poor. Now, should we focus on only the poor, only the non-poor, or both the poor and non-poor? Now, it's very grotesque that if we consider only the non-poor, so we drop it. And therefore, we are going to focus. The question is whether we look at only the poor or both the poor and non-poor. Now, when we look at absolute poverty, then we define a certain norm. The norm can be in terms of consumption, in terms of expenditure, in terms of income. And any person or any household which does not satisfy this norm is said to be poor. Now, this is absolute poverty. When we are doing this type of analysis, we are simply, sorry, just 1 second. Hello? অভিষেকটা বলছি। ঠিক আছে, আমাদের ক্লাস চলছে এখন। হ্যাঁ, তুমি এগুলো সুরজদের সঙ্গে কথা বলে একটা মেল লেখো। ক্যারেক্টার সার্টিফিকেট কেন লাগবে? ক্যারেক্টার সার্টিফিকেট লাগে? তোমরা একটা মেল লেখো, সুরজকেও সিসি করে দেবে, সে উত্তর পেয়ে যাবে। আর তোমাদের রিলেভেন্ট ডিটেলস, রোল নাম্বার এগুলো সব দিয়ে দেবে। আমাকে না, এমডিকে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ। The other notion of poverty, so in this notion, the subsistence, we generally take the subsistence level. So if a society becomes richer, so that all the people move up, ultimately a time will come when there are no poor persons. The concept of relative poverty, on the other hand, anchors this minimum standard of living or this poverty line to the level of development in the society. So that means if a society is progressing, its per capita income is going up, we also increase the per capita poverty line so that a certain number of people will always remain poor. So this concept of relative poverty is more related to inequality. It can also be defined related to poverty also, but it relates to inequality more than poverty. Now, in the first part of the discussion, we are going to focus on what we call absolute poverty. Okay. So, first we have to define as who is poor. Let us say that S is a set of people in a community of n people. So there are n persons in the house, in the society. And each of them has a certain income, per capita income, which is given by yi. So we can rank these persons by the income level. Y1 has the lowest income, Y2 has the second lowest income, and so on up till Yn. Then we define a poverty line, which we call pi. So all those people whose income is below pi are considered to be poor. So what we do is simply we compare yi and pi. If yi is below pi, they are poor. If yi is above pi, we call that person non-poor. Okay. So that means the concept of the poverty line becomes very crucial. If we set a very high poverty line, then the number of poor is going to be very large. On the other hand, if we set a very low poverty line, then the number of poor is going to be very low. So how do we define the poverty line? In India, we have different committees which have defined different types of different poverty lines, starting from 1962 until 2012. So we first undertake a brief history of these poverty lines. In 1962, the working group of the Planning Commission recommended a poverty line of 20 rupees per month per capita in rural areas, and in urban areas it was 25 rupees. It was for the all India level, there was no regional variation. Now this 20, how did we arrive at 20 and 25? They made the Indian Council of Medical Research had made a recommendation of a balanced diet in 1958. They had suggested that every adult, should consume certain items and in certain proportions. So they calculate using the 1960-61 prices, they made the calculations to find out what is the amount of expenditure required to consume, or what is the minimum expenditure required to attain this balanced diet. So two things should be noted. The poverty line is based on simply expenditure on food. Non-food items like education, health are not included. Secondly, you have a uniform poverty line for all parts of India. Now, if you're talking about, let us say, calorie, you need so many calories, you need so many protein. See, this can be attained in different ways. And the ways that you attain it depends upon your tastes and preferences. In North India, for instance, in Bihar, for instance, a large proportion of the people are vegetarians. So they have to consume protein through certain items. Certain other items are banned to them. In West Bengal, on the other hand, the consumption of fish and meat is very high. So what I'm basically suggesting is that given the differences in consumption patterns between regions, if we try to formulate a uniform poverty line for the entire country, it is not very fair. Okay, however, you will see that for a large part of the 20th century, all India level poverty lines were announced. In 1971, Dandekar and Nilkantha Roth published a paper in EPW using the minimum calorie norm of 2,250 calories per capita per day suggested by Sukhatne. They estimated that what should be the consumption basket and what is the money value of this consumption basket. And they found that the poverty line should be rupees 15 per capita in rural areas and 22.5 in urban areas. So you can see that it is lower than the poverty line of this working group. Using these poverty lines, they were the first persons to make a systematic assessment of poverty in India using the NSS data. Then in 1971, the Alak Committee started the first official estimate of poverty in India. Using the calorie requirement of 2,400 per capita per day in rural areas, and 2,100 kilocalories per capita per day in urban areas. They estimated a new poverty line. They used 1973-74 prices. The poverty line increased to 49.09 in rural areas and 56.64 in urban areas. In 93, the Lagdawala committee was set up. This committee realized that regional variations should be made in the poverty line. There were differences in prices, differences in consumption patterns across states, across time. So you have to ensure spatial and temporal parity. On one hand, these poverty lines have to be updated. You can't go on using, for instance, the price line set by Alag committee. As the price is changing, the index numbers are changing, you have to adjust the poverty line. And secondly, the poverty line has to be defined for every state. So they updated the poverty line and they suggested that the poverty line should be linked to consumer price index of industrial workers in urban areas and consumer price index of agricultural labor in rural areas. So that means what they basically did was they suggested that every household should consume these items. Let us say of the first commodity, X1 should be consumed, X2 of the second commodity, X3 of the third commodity. And every year, what you should do, you should go to collect the state level data on consumer price index and simply multiply these quantities by prices. So you have automatic updating. And since the CPI is different across states, you get variations across states also. So you can see that some of the state-specific poverty lines, this is for the 55th round. Sorry, this is for the 68th round, sorry. So you can see that the poverty line is varying. It has gone up. Andhra Pradesh 693, West Bengal it is 643 and 830. All India it is 672 and 859. And based on these poverty lines, these are the number of poor. Actually, it's not corresponding to this one. There's a slight error over here. But anyway, you can see that the poverty line in 2009-10, the All India poverty was 29.8%. In urban area, it was 20.9. Rural area, it was 33.8. Compared to 2004-5, you can see in rural areas, it was 42. It has fallen to 33.8. Urban areas, it is 25. It has fallen to 20.9. All India, it is 37. It has fallen to 29. So in 5 years, there has been a fairly substantial decrease in poverty by almost 5 to 6 percentage points. Now, in 2009-10, if you look at it carefully, you will see that there's a Tendulkar methodology given over here. In 2009-10, in fact 2005, a committee was set up under the chairmanship of Professor Suresh Tendulkar, not related to Sachin Tendulkar, and he pointed out that there were certain limitations of the existing poverty lines. They were linked to the 1973-74 poverty line baskets of goods and services. See, when you're estimating a poverty line, you have to define, it is based on a choice of three things. One is, what are the commodities to be included? Two, how much of the commodities to be included? And thirdly, the prices. Now, the Lagdawala committee suggested that the prices should be linked to the consumer price index. That means in every year, you are getting a different poverty line. So the temporal problem was solved. But what happens if the consumption pattern changes? You're consuming an item, you drop it. You consume a new item, that becomes essential. And secondly, the consumption pattern, how much of each item you consume, that changes. So this was not reflected in the new poverty lines. The Lagdawala 73-74 means it was the what was it? This was the Alag committee. So the Alag committee poverty line basket was continuing to be used even after 25-30 years. Secondly, it was assumed that health and education would be provided by the state. It would not cost anything. But as you know, it is patently wrong, false. Health education has a very high cost. In fact, in India, the out-of-pocket expenditure on health is over 70%. Therefore, you have to include health and expenditure when you're calculating the poverty lines. And third is, this is something that you'll come to later, that what is the recall period? And it was suggested that the recall period was 30 days. So the Tendulkar committee had recommended a shift away from basing poverty lines on calorie norms. They suggested that instead you should look at nutritional outcomes. Second is, instead of using two separate poverty line baskets for rural and urban areas, it said that the poverty line basket should be same across rural and urban India. Only the prices should be different. Okay. So that means the quantity, you basically have price into quantity. The price should be different in rural and urban areas. The commodity basket and the quantity should be same between rural and urban area. Then they suggested using a mixed reference period, a mixed recall period, instead of a uniform reference period. Previously, what was being done by the NSSO, they were using a 30-day recall period. So they were going to a household and asking that, okay, they were giving you a list. Okay, this item, how much have you spent in the last 30 days? Item 2, how much have you spent in the last 30 days? And so on. Instead of that, a mixed reference period meant that very low frequency items, clothing, footwear, durables, education, health expenditure, these are, see, how many times do you purchase shoes? How many times do you purchase food, refrigerator, TV in a month? Possibly once in 3-4 years. So what you do is, Tendulkar suggested was that you should ask these expenditure using a recall period of 365 days. So refrigerator, consumer durables, what is the expenditure in the last 1 year? In case of the other items, particularly the food items, the recall period was 30 days. So then they found out, estimated the consumption expenditure per person per day to be 32 and 26 per month per day. Converted to month, it was 816 in rural areas and 1000 in urban areas. In 2011-12, the Rangarajan committee again computed average requirements of calories, proteins and fat based on ICMR norms and differentiated by age, gender, activity for rural and urban areas. They found that the energy requirement was 2155 in rural areas and 2090 in urban areas. The corresponding poverty line was 972 and 1407. So you can see that the poverty line has the definition of the poverty line has changed over the years, starting from a very narrow definition focusing only on caloric consumption. It has widened to include expenditure on durable items, expenditure on food, expenditure on education and health. It now incorporates state-wise variation. It is linked to the price indices so that you have automatic upgradation when there's inflation. Okay, so now we come to the second part. What is the formula for measuring poverty? Now, if you want to assess a formula, you have to, the sense suggested that we should, any definition of poverty, any measurement or index of poverty should satisfy certain axioms. I'm discussing the most important three, but there are other axioms. If I remember correctly, there'll be about 10 or 12 axioms. And I mean, when we studied poverty, we had to, I counted the poverty measures that we were taught, and we were taught 36 poverty measures. So we had to, in a master's exam, we had to mug up 36 poverty measures and 42 inequality measures. So what is the sum of them? Okay, so all of you have run away.
78.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now the first axiom is monotonicity. Okay, what does monotonicity say? Suppose you have, let me discuss this using an example. Okay. Suppose you have okay, this is the income profile. Okay, the poverty line is, let us say, 190. Okay, how many poor are there in this society?
Four.
4.
Okay, so we have 4 people who are poor. Okay, now suppose you have a fresh income distribution in which you take away 10 rupees from this person and give 10 rupees to another poor. Do you think that the situation has worsened or not? Which is a better situation? This one or this one?
Sir, last one.
Okay, so the axiom of monotonicity says that if you have an income transfer within the poor people from a comparatively rich person to a comparatively poor person, the poverty index should, what should happen to the poverty index? Should it rise or fall?
It should fall.
The poverty measure should fall. Sorry, actually this is the weak transfer. Made a mistake. Monotonicity is slightly different. Yeah. Suppose there's a program, and this program gives 20 rupees to this person. So what should happen to the poverty index?
So it will fall.
Yeah, this should also fall. Acha. But suppose we have a situation like this. What should happen now? Or let me put it in this way. There's a change in the income of the rich people. Either their income goes up or the income falls, but only of these people. Okay. What should happen to the poverty index?
So this doesn't affect the incomes of the poor here.
So
The poverty index remains the same, sir.
the poverty index should remain the same.
So which one is the monotonicity income transfer here?
Monotonicity is this one.
Okay, sir. So we just increase the income of the poorest here.
No, not necessarily the poorest, any person,
Okay, sir.
but without making them rich.
Okay, sir. So it shouldn't cross the poverty line.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Similarly, over here, when you're considering the transfer, okay, so there's a transfer. Again, there's no change in income. Okay. There's no one crosses the poverty line. Okay, so over here, it can be from a rich person, it can be from a non-poor person. Okay, let me make it color green so that it's easier to. Okay, so transfer is you're transferring income from someone who is richer than you to someone who we are taking a poor person and we are transferring income to him from a richer person. There's no crossing of the poverty line. Monotonicity is simply we are increasing the income of the poor without crossing the poverty line. And this last part, weak independence axiom, we are focusing only on the poor person. But again, there's no shift in the crossing the poverty line. So these are the definitions of the axiomatic approach. So any definition of any measure of poverty should satisfy these three axioms. Plus there are some other axioms, but let's focus on only these three. Okay. Now the simplest poverty measure is the head count ratio, which is defined as Q by N. Q is the number of people for whom yi is less than pi. Okay. So the advantage is that it's a very simple measure. You know how many poor there are, but we don't know the extent of poverty. Okay, suppose if you go back over here, we have increased the income of the poor people, right? But none of them have crossed the poverty line. So we are talking about the axiom of monotonicity. Okay. So does the headcount ratio satisfy the axiom of monotonicity?
Yes, sir.
Does it satisfy?
Yes, sir.
Devi
Because
দেখো
the
তো।
number of poor has remained unchanged.
Why? But their situation has improved, right? What does
Yes, sir.
monotonicity say? That if the situation has improved for the poor, the poverty index should fall. তুমি কি monotonicity-টা বুঝেছো? I don't think you have understood this.
Okay, sir. It's been a mistake. Sorry.
আচ্ছা আরেকবার একটু বলুন মনোটনিসিটিটা।
Okay. So let us say that we have y1 less than y2 and so on like this until we have yq which is less than the poverty line up till y. Just for convenience, let us assume that the poverty line is 200. So we have people with income 100, 110, 120, 125, 130, 140. Over here we have people with income 220, 240, 245, 275, 280. Okay, so we have how many people? We have 6 people over here. And how many people do we have over here? 3, 6, 7. Let us make it one more. We have 8 people over here. So n is 6 plus 8 equal to 14. Okay. The axiom of monotonicity says that we increase income of the poor. So that no one crosses the poverty line. Okay, so we can think of, given this situation over here, we can think of a transfer which increases your income by 20 rupees. So what is the new income distribution? 120, 130. Sorry, this will be 140, 145, 150 and 160. Right? All this is less than the poverty line of 200. Right? But look at the two situation. Look at the income distribution. This is the new income distribution. Which is better? A or B?
So B is better
Why?
because the income of the poorest people has increased.
Yeah. Therefore, B, if B is better, then your poverty measure should also reflect this, that the poor are better off.
Yes, sir.
Right? So what should happen to the poverty measure? It should fall. Right? But if you look at the headcount ratio, what is the headcount ratio over here? It's Q by N. N is 14. What is
Yes,
Q?
sir.
This is 6. This is 6.
Yes.
Right? So, the axiom is not satisfied. Okay? Now we come to the axiom of weak transfer. Okay, so we still consider, let us consider this situation. So we have 6 persons. The poverty line is 200. And over here we have okay. So we have over here 8 persons. So that is n is still 14, 6 plus 8. Right? Now the weak transfer says, suppose we have a transfer from a rich or non-poor person to a poor person. Okay. So again, given the poverty line, suppose all the 6 of the poor person transfer 10 rupees to these people. Right. So 6 of the richest persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 people transfer to 10 rupees to these people. So the new situation will be 110, 120, 130, 135, 150, 155. This will be 270. This is unchanged. This is also unchanged. 250, 260, 270, 280, and 290. Okay. Again, which is better now? See, there's no crossing pi. There's no crossing like this, no crossing like this. Which is better?
So the second situation.
গরিবরা সবাই 10 টাকা করে পেলো, তাহলে
হ্যাঁ।
বড় লোকরাও তো কমবে 10%।
হ্যাঁ, বড় লোকের তো কমিয়েছি আমি,
না না, একটা
280
কমে
টা
যাবে।
270।
মানে সব কটাই
একটা
কমে না?
কমাইনি, সবকটাই তো কমিয়েছি।
না,
এই তো দেখো
230
280 270 হলো, 260 টা 250 হলো।
ও, কোনটা?
আমি ধরে নিয়েছি যে
হ্যাঁ,
6
হ্যাঁ,
রিচেস্ট
হ্যাঁ।
পার্সন থেকে ট্রান্সফার হয়েছে। আদারওয়াইজ যেটা করতে হতো 60 রুপিস লাগবে, এটাকে ভাগ করে দিতে হতো, ফ্র্যাকশনে আসতো, আর কিছু না।
ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ।
Which is better? Obviously B is better. So that means the poverty measure should fall. But again you look at the HCR. কি হচ্ছে এখানে? What is the head count ratio over here in situation A?
6/14.
আর B তে?
6/14.
So it is equal. So you're violating both the axioms. Okay. আর থার্ড যে অ্যাক্সিয়ামটা, সেইটা কি স্যাটিসফাই করছে? যে রিচের ইনকাম চেঞ্জ করলো, তাহলে পভার্টি মেজারটা আনচেঞ্জ থাকবে, সেইটা একমাত্র স্যাটিসফাই হচ্ছে, তাই না? So it satisfies the head count ratio, satisfies only the third axiom, which is not a very major or earth-shaking axiom. The axiom of monotonicity and Weeks transfer, that is very important. These two axioms are not satisfied by the head count ratio. But the advantages is very simple. You can, it's something which even a common person can understand. The second measure, which is also very popularly used, is what we call the poverty gap measure. So we first define the poverty gap as pi minus yi. Okay. So you can have two situations. This can be positive or it can be negative or zero. Who is the poor person? Who is the rich person?
So the first one is a poor person.
So then we simply count the number of poor persons. Let us say it is Q. Okay. So we sum up the poverty gap for all the poor persons. This is the sum of GI for poor persons to get the aggregate poverty gap. And then we divide this aggregate poverty gap by the number of poor. We take the average and we normalize this by pi. So I'm noting down this over here. The poverty gap is G pi Q. Okay, so can you calculate what is the poverty gap in A? কিভাবে এটা বার করবে বলো?
So the poverty line, that is 200 minus 100, 200 minus 100 plus 200 minus 100.
এটা 100 হলো। আচ্ছা, আবার 200 minus 110. This is 90. হ্যাঁ, আমাকে একটু বলে যাও তাহলে এটা কত হচ্ছে? 200 minus So these are the GIs. So G is equal to 190, 270, 230, 285. ঠিক আছে? So what is the poverty gap over here? ফর্মুলাটা কিভাবে লিখবো এখানে?
So how did we get G?
Simply summing this up. Oh, এটা 385 হবে বোধহয় না? 190, 270.
So
Yeah,
you
it's
missed
385.
125. The
হ্যাঁ,
fourth
6টা
one.
হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ।
So it's coming at 460. G.
8 একে 16 হলো 460। হ্যাঁ, বলো। তাহলে পভার্টি গ্যাপটা কত হচ্ছে? বার করতে হবে না, তুমি অ্যাকচুয়াল এটা বলে দাও, ভ্যালুগুলো বলে দাও। আই ডোন্ট
Sir,
নিড দ্য এক্সাক্ট ভ্যালু।
460 by 200 into 6.
তাহলে এটা কেটে গেলে it will be 46 by 120. So something about 40% মতো হবে, তাই তো? Anyway. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of this poverty gap measure? It's slightly more complicated than the head count ratio, but it has one very big advantage for policymaker. Suppose the government calls you as their financial advisor. Okay. And they say that you have to make a budget. And the government target is that we will effect an income transfer such that by the end of this year, there are no poor persons. what should be your budget? Tell me, what should be the budget? What amount of money is required to eliminate poverty completely?
Sir, shouldn't it be G?
Sorry?
Sir,
Beg your
shouldn't
pardon?
it be G?
Yes. So the financial resources required is G, which is 460. So these resources can be estimated very easily. So planning becomes very easy. You know how much money is required. If you have 460, it's fine. Otherwise, if you don't have 460, you know exactly what will be the impact on poverty. You can plan accordingly. You want to reduce the number of poor, or do you just want to reduce the intensity of poverty? But what is the underlying assumption of this estimate that you have made?
Sir, an unpinched poverty line.
No, that will remain same in the short run. There is no wastage or leakages. তুমি যে টাকাটা ওদের ট্রান্সফার করবে, কোনো করাপশন নেই। আর সেকেন্ড হচ্ছে যে কোনো ট্রান্সফার কস্ট নেই। মানে ধরো ব্যাংক মারফতে তুমি ট্রান্সফার করছো, দ্য ব্যাংক মে টেক আ bank commission charges. So there's no such costs. The people also can withdraw the money without any cost. Okay, so this is the assumption. Okay. Now, do you think that the this poverty gap measure, do you think that it satisfies monotonicity? What is monotonicity? Monotonicity is transfer. The poor people are just getting some income. Okay, so what will be G prime I now? Pi minus yi plus they've got a transfer. Now this part is the old income. So which is larger? We can
Sir,
write this in this way.
larger.
Right? Q আর Z তো সেম থাকছে।
Yes, sir.
So PGR is QZ and because this is smaller, you have this. So the axiom of monotonicity is satisfied. আর কেউ আছেও নাকি সবাই পালিয়েছ? একজনই তো উত্তর দিয়ে যাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ 19-এ ফল করে গেছে। আচ্ছা দেখি রিতম। আচ্ছা প্রত্যুষ।
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা রাজদীপ, সুষমা,
Yes, sir.
শ্রেয়সী দাস।
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
হ্যাঁ
Sir, headset হয়ে গেছিল। I'm present, Ritam.
শ্রেয়সী। আচ্ছা অভিষেক,
Present, sir.
অন্বেষা,
Present, sir.
বর্ষা,
Present, sir.
শিবানী,
Present, sir.
হ্যাঁ সুকন্যা,
Present, sir.
সৃজিতা,
Present, sir.
প্রিয়াঙ্কা,
Present, sir.
ধ্রুব, লক্ষ্যদীপ,
Present, sir.
সৃজনী, ঐশী,
Present, sir.
রাতুল,
Present, sir.
দিব্যতনু,
Yes, sir.
তিয়াশা,
Present, sir.
স্বপ্নীল, ওকে দর্পক, সোমদুতি,
Present, sir.
Sir, I'm present. Sukanya.
হ্যাঁ তোমাকে দিয়েছি তো। ওকে তো বলো ঐশী, তুমি বলো এবার। ঐশী আছো তো না আবার ভেগেছো?
না স্যার আছি।
হ্যাঁ তাহলে আনমিউট করো, করে এবার উত্তরগুলো দাও। সবকিছু শিবানী ঘরে ফেলো না। এবার বলো যে axiom of weak transfer, is it satisfied or not? weak transferটা কি? What is the axiom of weak transfer? কি ধরনের ট্রান্সফার হচ্ছে?
স্যার
You have a transfer from a transfer to a poor person from a comparatively richer person. ঠিক আছে, the richer person can be above the poverty line or that person can be below the poverty line also. বুঝতে পারলে?
Yes, sir.
এইখানটা এখানে দেখো যারা রিচ পার্সন তাদের ইনকামটা এখানে আসছে, বা এমনও হতে পারে যে এই লোকটাও আবার একে ইনকাম দিচ্ছে, সেটা ট্রান্সফার করছে, এটাও হতে পারে। ইউ ক্যান হ্যাভ আ ট্রান্সফার ফ্রম হিয়ার টু হিয়ার অর ফ্রম আ কম্পারেটিভলি রিচ পার্সন হু ইজ পুয়ার টু অ্যান ইভেন পুয়ারার পার্সন। দুটোই হচ্ছে অ্যাক্সিওম অফ উইক ট্রান্সফার। আচ্ছা, সো ইন দ্যাট কেস হোয়াট শুড হ্যাপেন? ইফ দ্য ইনকাম অফ দ্য পুয়ার ইনক্রিজেস, then if the income of the poor increases, then the poverty measure should fall. ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, এবার এখানে বলো, ধরো তোমার এখানে 6 জন, there are 6 persons who are poor. প্রত্যেকের জন্য তুমি G1 G6 এগুলো ক্যালকুলেট করেছো? আচ্ছা, এইবার তোমার একটা ইনকাম ট্রান্সফার হলো ফ্রম Y5 তোমার ইনকাম পেলো, আর Y6 তোমার ইনকামটা ওই ট্রান্সফারটা করলো। তাহলে বলো এখানে G1 কি হবে? Will it remain same or change? স্বপ্নীল?
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ, তোমার এখানে 6টা লোক রয়েছে, G1 who are poor, এরকম একটা ইনকাম ট্রান্সফার হলো। Y6 এর কাছ থেকে 6%-এর কাছ থেকে আমরা 5%-কে থিটা অ্যামাউন্টটা দিলাম। তাহলে G1টা কি হবে? বাড়বে, কমবে, না সমান থাকবে?
স্যার এই পার্টটা তো আমি দেখিনি, আমি ডিসকানেক্ট হয়ে গেছিলাম, মাত্র জয়েন করলাম স্যার।
কি?
স্যার ডিসকানেক্ট হয়ে গেছিলাম 5-6 মিনিটের জন্য স্যার, এটা আমি।
ঠিক আছে, আমি নতুন করে আমি
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
পুরনো
হ্যাঁ
কিছু বলছি না।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
তোমার একটা সোসাইটিতে 6টা লোক পুয়ার আছে,
Yes, sir.
ওদের ইনকাম হচ্ছে পভার্টি গ্যাপটাকে আমি এইভাবে ডিফাইন করছি, পাই মাইনাস ওয়াই। ঠিক আছে, শুধু পুয়ারদের জন্য এটা ক্যালকুলেট করছি।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ঠিক আছে, প্রত্যেকটা পুয়ারের জন্য আমি জিআই পেলাম, সবার জন্য আমি সাম, সব পুয়ারের জন্য আমি সাম করে দিলাম, তাহলে আমি জি পাচ্ছি। তাহলে ইনকাম গ্যাপ হচ্ছে জি বাই কিউ ইন্টু পাই। কিউ হচ্ছে নাম্বার অফ পুয়ার, পাই হচ্ছে পভার্টি লাইন, আর জি হচ্ছে পভার্টি গ্যাপটা। এবার তুমি বলো এখানে G1টাকে আমি কিভাবে ডিফাইন করছি?
স্যার পাই
মাইনাস
y1।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, তাহলে ওর ইনকাম কি চেঞ্জ করছে?
না স্যার।
না স্যার।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে G1 থাকছে,
Yes, sir.
G2
সেম থাকবে।
G3
সেম।
Same.
আর G4 সেম।
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা, G5 এর ক্ষেত্রে কি হবে?
স্যার y5 ইনক্রিজ করছে, তো গ্যাপটা কমবে স্যার।
y প্লাস থিটা হচ্ছে, তাহলে এটা হয়ে যাবে তোমার G5,
প্লাস থিটা মাইনাস
এটা হবে মাইনাস থিটা।
Yes, sir.
আর G6 কি হচ্ছে? ওর কাছ থেকে তো আমি ইনকাম নিয়ে নিচ্ছি,
প্লাস
Yes, sir.
মানে প্লাস থিটা হয়ে যায়।
g প্লাস থিটা, g6 প্লাস থিটা।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমার জি প্রাইম মানে সামেশনটা কি হবে?
স্যার সেমই থেকে
সেম
যাচ্ছে।
থেকে যাবে, কনস্ট্যান্ট থেকে যাবে।
দিস উইল বি জি।
Yes, sir.
তাহলে কি হচ্ছে এখানে কিউজের পভার্টি মেজারটা কি চেঞ্জ করছে?
না স্যার।
না স্যার।
সো পিজি ইজ ইকুয়াল টু পিজি প্রাইম। একমাত্র যদি তোমার পভার্টি লাইনের ওপর থেকে যদি ট্রান্সফার হয় তাহলেই তোমার এটা চেঞ্জ হবে। ঠিক আছে, তো তাহলে আমরা দেখছি যে এই যে পভার্টি গ্যাপ মেজার দ্যাট ইজ আনচেঞ্জড। It satisfies the monotonicity axiom, but it fails to satisfy axiom of weak transfer. So Sen had suggested an alternative measure given by this formula. H হচ্ছে তোমার head count ratio 1 minus 1 minus xp bar, এটা হচ্ছে mean of, so H is head count ratio, এইটা হচ্ছে তোমার summation yi by q, মানে মিন ইনকাম অফ পুয়ার। আচ্ছা, জি হচ্ছে গিনি কোএফিশিয়েন্ট which measures inequality among the poor, আর কিউ হচ্ছে নাম্বার অফ পুয়ার। So it is a bit complicated formula which, but it can be shown that it satisfies both the axiom of monotonicity and weak transfer. However, subsequently other measures were suggested and it was found that Sen's measure did not satisfy those norms. So
Sure.
we হ্যাঁ
স্যার ওটা আইএসও লিখেছেন ওটা, মানে সেন্স মেজারে?
যেখান থেকে আমি এটা কপি করেছি সেখানে আইএসও লিখেছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
It doesn't have any implication. You can just write S if you want. Right hand side এই পার্টটা is not important. এই
আচ্ছা
সাইডটা হচ্ছে important. আচ্ছা, so there have been different economists who have suggested different poverty measures, Takayama, Shotoranjan Chakraborty, Atkinson, and so on. Now, one of the most common measures which is being used is the Foster-Greer-Thorbecke index. This is given as, you know what n is, number of people. You're summing this, z minus yi. Z is the poverty line. ঠিক আছে, তাহলে এইটা হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তাহলে you're dividing the poverty line, এটা তাহলে বেসিক্যালি g হচ্ছে, you're dividing g by q and taking the power of this. ঠিক আছে, now it can be shown what will happen if alpha is equal to 0. আলফা যদি 0 হয়ে যায় তখন এইটা তো 1 হয়ে যাচ্ছে। শুনতে পাচ্ছ তোমরা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Yes, sir.
যখন আলফা ইকুয়াল টু 0 তখন এইটা কি হচ্ছে?
1.
1/n হয়ে যাবে পুরো জিনিসটা।
This is equal to 1 for every person. Sorry, this is actually GI. So this becomes 1 for every person. You're summing
Yes,
over
H টার্মস।
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে এটা কত হবে? এটা কিউ হয়ে যাচ্ছে। So this part is basically Q, আর তোমার এখানে হচ্ছে 1/n। তাহলে so this is the head count ratio. আচ্ছা, আলফা ইকুয়াল টু 1 যদি করো তখন তুমি দেখবে যে আমাদের পভার্টি গ্যাপ রেশিও হয়ে যাচ্ছে। দিস ইজ সিম্পলি, এখানে কি হচ্ছে, দিস ইজ GI by Z, you're summing this up. তো তুমি যদি সাম আপ করো তাহলে তুমি দেখবে এটা এরকম হচ্ছে, সরি, this becomes G আর এইখানে তোমার 1/n আসছে, কিন্তু অ্যাকচুয়ালি পভার্টি গ্যাপ আমি একটা ভেরিয়েন্ট পড়িয়েছি, I've taught you this variant, but there's some other variant which does not, which is slightly different from this. সেই ভেরিয়েন্টটার সাথে ইকুয়াল হয়ে যায়। ওকে, আমি তোমাদের মডেলকে লেখাটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, সেখানে তুমি দেখবে পভার্টি গ্যাপের এইটা না করে ওরা অন্য দু একটা স্মল ভেরিয়েশন আছে, সেই ভেরিয়েশনগুলোর সঙ্গে মিশে যাচ্ছে। নর্মালি আমরা যেটা করি এটাকে আলফা বাই 2 করে দিই, alpha equal to 2 set করে দিই, we take the square deprivation. So this is the most commonly used variant of the Foster-Greer-Thorbach formula. এখানে I'll end by showing you some estimates of how we can calculate poverty. এখানে this is monthly per capita expenditure data in 2 periods. MPC is in 2020 and LMPC is 2021. Okay, so we are going to use a poverty line of 20. This is in dollars. So that is why we are going to use this poverty line of 20. So you can see that the headcount ratio shows percentage of 3%, very few people are poor. Aggregate poverty gap is 243, this is G. Poverty gap ratio is 1.229. We have different indices. You can see the Foster-Greer-Beck FGT index is 0.856. The problem with FGT is that you don't know how to interpret this. You can't say whether it is high or low. এগুলোতে যেমন তুমি head count ratio, something is very easy in that sense. You know what 3.5 is. It's ideal is 0. The worst situation is everyone is poor, 100. So you know that 3 is very poor. Sense index is 1.83. You have different other index. FGT alpha equal to 0. সেইটার ভ্যালু কি বলতো? What is
Sir,
FGT
head
for
ratio.
alpha? হ্যাঁ,
Head count ratio.
হ্যাঁ, আর alpha equal to 1. That is the poverty gap ratio.
PGI.
হ্যাঁ, or instead of doing this, that you can also calculate your own poverty line. So it becomes relative poverty. এখানে দেখো অনেকটা বেড়ে গেছে। What it basically does is it calculates the median income from here and takes half of the median income as the poverty line. সেই কারণে এতটা বেড়ে গেছে, বুঝতে পারছো? All the indices have gone up. তুমি যদি -1 না করে এখানে -2 করো তাহলে তোমার 2/3 নেবে। পভার্টি লাইনটাকে আরেকটুখানি বাড়িয়ে দিচ্ছি। Instead of 50, you can see over here it is 2/3 of the median value. পভার্টি লাইনটা আরেকটু বেড়ে যাচ্ছে। তার ফলে হেড কাউন্ট রেশিওটা দেখো। হ্যাঁ,
স্যার যেটা বলছিলাম
বলো।
সেটা হচ্ছে ওই সেন্স ইন্ডেক্স বা এই যে সেন্স ইন্ডেক্স যেটা আছে, সেন্স ইন্ডেক্সের কোনো মানে আইডিয়াল ভ্যালুস আমাদের কাছে আছে কি? মানে
না, না,
মানে
না।
এই সবকটা ইন্ডেক্সেরই কোনো এরকম আইডিয়াল ভ্যালুস নেই,
হেড
তাই তো?
কাউন্ট রেশিওর আইডিয়াল ভ্যালু আছে,
না, হেড কাউন্ট রেশিও আর পভার্টি গ্যাপ
ইউ নো
রেশিও।
দ্য রেঞ্জ। না, আর কিছু নেই।
আচ্ছা, তো আমরা যেই ভ্যালুগুলো পাবো এই ইন্ডেক্স গুলোর, এটার কোনো মানে এই সবকটারই কোনো আর আলাদা কোনো সিগনিফিকেন্স বা ইন্টারপ্রিটেশন বার করতে পারবো না, তাই তো?
না, তোমার যদি দেখো এখানে কি আছে, I'll just tell you. তুমি এখানে এফজিটি 2টা নোট করো, কত হচ্ছে 0.856, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা, এইটা হচ্ছে এই বছরের ইনকাম ডেটা। এইখানে এফজিটি 2 কত হচ্ছে? 1.183. So what has happened as a result of poverty?
আচ্ছা, মানে ওই মানে
As a result of COVID?
কম্পেয়ার করে তাহলে দেখতে হবে যে মানে মানে বুঝতে হবে, ইন্টারপ্রেট করতে
হ্যাঁ,
হবে।
you can compare,
আচ্ছা,
but you cannot, মানে একটা পয়েন্টে থাকলে তুমি বলতে পারবে না ইটস হাই অর লো হোয়াট এভার। ইটস ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট টু ইন্টারপ্রেট দিস। সেই কারণে তুমি দেখবে যে প্ল্যানিং কমিশনে ওরা কিন্তু শুধু হেড কাউন্ট রেশিওটাই দেয়। দেখো, এটা তো স্টেটাই আমি করে নিচ্ছি, এটা প্ল্যানিং কমিশনে এগুলো বার করতে অসুবিধা কি হয়? কোনো অসুবিধাই হয় না। কিন্তু দের ইজ নো পয়েন্ট ইন গিভিং দিস থিংস, পিপল উইল নট আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। মনে হচ্ছে ওরা ঘাবড়ে যেতে পারে, ওই इतना इतना कम है पॉवर्टी, ये तो कोई जीरो का बगल में है, ये तो कोई भी पॉवर्टी नहीं है, एक आदमी भी पुअर नहीं है, হয়তো বলে বসবে। ঠিক আছে? So this is how we can calculate poverty. So in the next day we are going to turn to poverty in India and see what are the changes in the trends of poverty, and we are going to look into two very crucial issues: the estimation of consumption expenditure and then the great poverty debate in the late 1990s. Okay, so if you have, those of you who have stata, you can just do this thing: SSC install poverty, সরি আমার বানানটা ভুল হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক আছে? এবং তোমার ইন্টারনেট থাকতে হবে অবভিয়াসলি। ও চেক করে, আমারটা যেমন ইনস্টল হবে না, কিন্তু তোমাদের ইনস্টল হয়ে যাবে। Then you can use this command to estimate poverty. I'll share this database with you.
স্যার
হুম।
আরেকটা স্যার, এলএমপিসি আর এমপিসি এর মধ্যে ডিফারেন্সটা কি বলবেন?
ও, এটা দুটো, এটা হচ্ছে একটা, তোমরা প্যানেল ডেটা করেছো?
মানে নট এক্সপ্লিসিটলি বাট জানি মানে কি।
জানো কি? হ্যাঁ, প্রথম এমপিসিটা হচ্ছে 2020 ডেটা। 2020-তে আমরা সার্ভেটা করেছিলাম, আর 2021-এ যখন আমরা করেছি তখন আমরা সব ভেরিয়েবলগুলোকে এল দিয়ে অ্যাড করে দিয়েছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
সো ইট ইজ 2021 ডেটা।
আচ্ছা,
দুটো বছরই আমরা অগাস্ট মাসে সার্ভেটা করেছিলাম। আমরা কোভিডের ইম্প্যাক্টটা দেখার চেষ্টা করছিলাম অন মেন্টাল হেলথ। সো উই হ্যাড লুকড অ্যাট এমপিসি ডেটা। আমার কাছে এনএসএসও ডেটাটা নেই, আর তোমাদের তো স্মল স্টেটা আছে বোধহয়, না? তোমরা
হ্যাঁ,
ওটা খুলতেও পারবে না। আমি তোমাদের এই ডেটাটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, তোমরা এসএসসি ইনস্টল করে যাদের কাছে স্টেটা আছে তোমরা একটু ওয়ার্কআউট করতে পারো। আর যদি তোমরা এইচ পভার্টি দাও তাহলে তোমরা হেল্প ফাইলটা পেয়ে যাবে, এখানে হেল্প ফাইলটা রয়েছে। ওকে, সো আই এম ক্লোজিং এট দিস পয়েন্ট। We'll come back on Tuesday and we'll have the meeting.